SAT can be stressful for high school students, but there are things they can do to help calm nerves and get a better score. And joining me now is the author of College Prep Genius, Jean Burke. Jean, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So what's your best advice for students preparing to take the SAT?
Well, I think the number one thing is for students to understand that this is really a logic test. It's not about your IQ, how smart you are. That's why a lot of smart kids vomit.
Really? Okay. So do you have any examples of ways they can more easily answer some of the questions they encounter?
Yes. Since every question can be answered in 30 seconds or less, you have to look at the questions very logically. So if you've got, let's say, a math question, for example, you, instead of working the whole problem out, you basically look at the last two digits.
Okay, so look at this question.
Okay, so what's the product of these two numbers? Now, can you answer that in about 10 seconds?
And what's the answer?
Look at all you have to do is look at the last two digits, 2 and 3, which is 6, and your answer is going to end in 6.
Ah, okay. So how are they teaching these in test prep classes?
I don't know where, if other prep classes do it, but this is one of the strategies that I do teach.
Okay, you have another example.
This is a critical reading question where students are going to end up reading the whole question and all 5 answer choices, which is a waste of time because you've only got a minute per question. So if you look at the 5 answer choices, notice 3 of them start off with the zoo surrounding buildings, and 2 start off with the panda bear. So now you know that you can eliminate 2 or possibly 3 answers. So the key is to look at the word right before the underlined portion, which is animals.
Okay.
So we have to modify animals. So we're going to start off with the panda bear. So we can automatically eliminate 60% of our answers about the zoo. Now you only have 2 answers instead of 5. The panda bear was baffled by the zoo surroundings. C is obviously the easiest and the most concise answer.
So the bottom line here is that really there are techniques that can help kids figure these things out quickly.
There is, and it's a matter of understanding that the College Board uses the same recurring patterns on every single test. Once you understand the patterns, you can answer every question very quickly. The higher score, the more money you get, because colleges go up on their rankings nationally based on test scores. So obviously you make them look good.
Yeah, and so for those kids who can't afford college prep classes, what's your best advice?
My best advice is if you have no money at all, and we're very inexpensive, but if you have no money at all, get actual College Board tests, start looking at the questions, and notice the patterns that you see every single time. Because it's a standardized test, they're always going to be the same.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some of those ideas with us. And if you'd like to get more SAT help, you can download Jean Burke's program, College Prep Genius. Thanks so much, Jean.
Thanks, Christy.
On the loose.